Okay, so we don't really need this except for the stretches, but we'll do the releases first. So this doesn't, I'm not going to have on this video what you do, all the things that you're doing with the roller. You're going to do all of the loosening up first. Okay,
Yep.
so go ahead and give it a, hit that red button.
It's hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're on.
All right, so you're going to do all that loosening up step first. And after you've done that with your legs and your spine and your pokeball and all of that, then you're ready to release in here. So the first layer, just like the roller is the first layer, would be rolling on this ball, really finding your way here on your stomach, and really spending time on any area on the right where you feel like, oh, that's tight. I'm going to breathe right there. For you, it's a little lower down. Not ignoring the left because you want to wake that up. And then the other way to work in there is just laying, again, on your stomach with the tennis ball. Start at the rib cage. And you work your way down. You can move your legs any way you want, just so you can feel that tightness on the right, but stimulate the left also, all the way to the pubic bone. Spending any time you want on places that feel particularly tender or tight. After you've done that, then you're ready to get your roller out and do some stretches. But you can start, before you even do those stretches, with doing a little bit more releasing deep, right? So you're here, and you can use your own hands to go, oh, I'm going to kind of wake up this left side or release this right side. So get in there. And you were way down and feeling like, ooh, there's some stuff I can really feel here and work with. Now, when you do these basic leg stretches, you can fool around with doing them sometimes with the lumbar spine in neutral like this. And then other times you might have your sacrum here and the lumbar spine is more like this. There's not a right and a wrong way. They just feel a little bit different. But after you've done all this nice releasing, start off right away with stretching this left leg, right? And get that groin and hips stretched out. And usually, nervous system is usually happy if that heel can be on the ground. So you might want to scooch a little bit so that you can just rest and breathe right there. You'll do more time on this right side than the left. So both sides for sure, but more time over here. And then you can get into those hamstrings, right? Any heel pain on the right, it's a big red flag, which means you got to start doing this again, right? Just up and down and being really careful with that. So just make sure you got lots of sensation in the calf and the hamstrings. You can also do them one at a time. We did it with this knee bent in and that one straight. So that's just getting the right leg. Get them both. And then you want to work with the inner thighs some. You were better off with your knees above your hips. Try not to create groin pain. This should be inner thigh stretch, but not groin pain. See what you can do to make sure that happens. You were also pretty good with this figure 4, as long as you didn't come in too close. There wasn't groin pain, but you noticed you could create stretch by pushing this leg away. Both sides, but you were even better when we came into this more scissor stretch. And you were able to come in closer and get a better stretch deep in the hip with your thighs close together. So those are the main stretches you could work on with your hips up on the roller and get better flexibility with the muscles attaching to the pelvis. And then you can just simply scoot that away. After you've done all of that, you are so primed for the core work. You could work super subtle at first. So for you, anything you want to do to encourage this left side to help you is welcome. You can use the heel of your hand. Just talk to it, because you're going to exhale, draw both psoas to center, pick up the right foot. It won't be that hard. But when you have to exhale, draw things to center, and pick up the left, it's a whole other story. You have to really work. So do the left leg more than the right and really talk to this. You can be super, super subtle also in the bridging, where you're up here and you can think, okay, I'm going to try and pick up my right foot like someone's going to put a piece of paper under there. And then exhale, draw everything to center. Piece of paper's got to go under the left foot. So you barely, it's a bare lift, because if I lift too much, this happens, all right? So just this wake-up call. You can also use the purple ball under here and see if you can pick up that left foot and not wobble. See if you can just stay right centered on the ball. So that's super subtle. After you're done and you've had your fill of super subtle, then you can get some padding for your knees. I'm sure, and really, don't do this on a bare mat. It's just, you won't be happy. And you were working with this really well. You found neutral, you hugged the psoas to center, and then you just found this. And that, you can tell, oh, that takes a lot more work. And then you found just this. That took a lot of exhaling and finding my center. Then maybe this, then maybe this. You can try that on both sides, but you're looking for this really core engagement that keeps you from this, right? You're just gonna stay there in neutral. After you've done that, you can work a little bit harder. Get your hands in front of you, inhale the hips back, and then exhale forward to modified plank. And this is really a good thing to work with. You can just use the tempo of your breath, inhaling and exhaling. If you start feeling this and you want to add on, you can bend the elbows with that exhale. Keep the creases of the elbows forward. We're not out here, we're here. And what hasn't happened to my spine is this, right? So I'm still here, super engaged. So it starts to look like, whoa, you could get a real workout here, okay? Just inhaling and exhaling. The only other thing we talked about was in standing, you can work with really trying to get the weight bearing equal on both sides. And when you're ready, picking up weight bearing on the right and picking up the left is not that challenging. Feel what you're doing and just working with this. And then the other side, whoa, you have to pay much more attention. Really recruit here in order to do this. And this morphs into this, and maybe this. And on the side that's more challenging, wow, maybe it's just getting the foot behind you, and that's plenty. It seemed like you could go maybe here and still be in integrity. But as soon as you did this, there's no point, right? And then the other place to play was here. On the roller, same thing. Can I find, make sure you're holding on to something. Can I find core support so that I can keep my balance here with these muscles right here? And once that gets a little bit easier, you can think about shifting the weight. Shifting the weight, right? And see what you can do. Same thing, just a little more fun. Same thing with your exhaling on your moves, exhaling on your moves, finding this core support. Thinking about psoas when you're running, exhaling, letting that be your posture finder. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.